Well, you're policing the dog walkers now, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you're here for?
No.
Strange sight to see a copper sitting in here.
Yeah, there's just on the lunch hours of the college kids come in and smoke drugs and stuff like that. So I've just come in here to put them off, basically.
Well, so they can go and do it somewhere else.
Oh yeah, that's it.
What's the point of that?
Keeps out of my patch, doesn't it?
Don't you think that while they're smoking pot,
Yeah.
they're not going to get in trouble? Unless you cause their trouble.
I don't make that law, do I? I don't make.
Yeah, but the law's wrong, isn't it? Because everywhere else it's legalised.
Yeah, but don't matter. It's
It's
wrong.
harassment, isn't it?
Why is it?
Because you want their names and details, and you're using cannabis
Police can't
to do
harass
it.
members of the public.
But they do.
Yeah, but they can't by law.
I know they can't, but they often break the law.
By law, a police officer can't harass someone.
But you do, though. I'm not saying you do, but the police do all the time.
You're filming me?
I am, yeah.
Oh, that's fair enough. You can film me. I'll tell you what, I'll film you.
Go on, yeah. Hello.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just curious.
That's fine.
Because, like, if they're having a joint, which is probably what you're after.
Which is against the law.
What law?
Agreed?
What? No, it's not a law. It's an act.
It is.
Statute.
It's against the law.
Well, it's not a criminal.
Cannabis.
No, it's not.
Cannabis is a Class B drug. Correct?
You're no.
Am I correct?
No, it's not a
Cannabis
drug.
Class B drug?
Well, that's what you might call it.
Oh, so
let me explain something, right? Let me explain to you.
All right, you explain, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Statute laws and acts are not laws, are they?
Go on.
Are they?
Go on.
Don't you agree?
Go on.
So, if cannabis it's a statute you're nicking them for, right? Yeah.
Right.
Is that right? Would I be correct in saying so?
Say what you got to say.
No, I'm asking you a question.
You say what you got to say.
Right. So if it's an act or a statute,
yeah.
It's not a crime, right? So therefore, you're harassing them. It's not a crime.
It is a crime.
No, you can't have a crime. You can't have a crime without a victim. But if you're here, looking for kids who are smoking joints, they're not doing anyone any harm. Loss or injury, which is law.
Except for the people who live along here.
Well, so how are they affected?
Well, they complain that kids come in here smoking drugs. Now, it's my job.
How do they know?
Well,
how do they know they're not smoking a cigarette?
Whether or not they are allowed to come into this park.
So tobacco's a drug?
Correct.
So what? More dangerous than cannabis?
Morphine. We don't make the laws, though, do we? I haven't made the law.
I know, but you're defending a law that makes no sense.
Cannabis is legal now. I would go.
So what about you as a person, as a human being?
As a human
Supposing you're abroad, let's say you went to Amsterdam for your holiday.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's smoking. Yeah, but how would you feel? How do you feel about those people freely smoking cannabis?
I'll take it you actually like a bit of cannabis.
No, I don't. Well, no, I used to.
Okay.
But I defend it.
That's fair enough.
I've even appeared on television with Jack Straw when he was the Home Secretary, right, for medical marijuana, because we all know it's got thousands of medicinal. No, it's not different.
How is it? If it's been prescribed by a doctor,
doesn't matter who prescribes it. You don't have to go. Listen, hang on, doctors. It's not down to doctors.
If the guy on the street, if the guy on the street who is selling it, right, the drug dealer.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, that's what doctors are, but they sell chemicals.
This is
more dangerous.
Silly now, isn't it?
No. Your argument is getting silly. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you something. What about medicines?
GP is the same as.
No, I'm saying they're worse. I'm saying they're worse because GPs are selling chemicals that cause harm, and they know it, right? They've all got side effects, right? Yeah. Come on, stick with me here.
I'm not going to engage.
I'm trying to talk to you as a human being, not as a copper.
That's fine.
Right? Because that's two different things. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a human as well as a police officer.
Yeah, but you're a human in fancy dress, basically. Yeah?
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Cannabis is a medicine, right? Just because some arsehole in Parliament says it's illegal, they criminalised it in the first place because they lied about it. It was propaganda. They propagandised it, and then when it was criminalised, that's when the synthetic age began.
Okay.
Because everything was once made from hemp and cannabis, right?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
All your grandparents would have had a bottle of tincture in their medicine cabinets, right, for a cure-all.
Yeah.
And other than that, it would make uniforms, sails, ropes, everything. Yeah. Right, even cars. And you can run cars on it, and you can have clean fuel.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're backing up the big companies.
Yeah.
Right.
I am.
So why? What about the people?
Because I'm employed by the police.
You're also employed to protect and serve the public.
You don't understand.
Yeah, I do understand fully.
You
You don't
don't.
understand.
What I feel about stuff.
I'm speaking to you peacefully. I just want to shake your hand.
No, I'm happy to shake your hand. But what I am employed as a police officer,
Yeah.
and I swore an oath to uphold the
And
law.
serve and protect the public.
Correct.
But you're wearing
not
a
wearing it for the public?
But you're wearing a Masonic hat, right?
Cat.
Black and white checker is a Masonic symbol,
Okay.
right? Duality.
You're losing
black and
me a
white.
bit now.
Well, you should do it. You should check it up. If you're wearing this
We're
stuff,
talking about drugs.
you're promoting. Well, we are. We're not talking about drugs. We're talking about a herb,
Right.
and it's a plant. It's a war against the plant, and it's a
cocaine.
war against people.
Cocaine comes from a plant.
Yeah, but that's messed about with. They put all shit in it.
What? And you think drug dealers don't put stuff in?
No.
Oh, sorry. That's...
No, hang on a minute. When you say drug
You're quite
dealers,
naive then.
no, I'm not. I've advocated cannabis use for over 40 years,
Pure
right?
cannabis, okay, but I'm
So
telling
how do you
now,
know what the kids are smoking?
the bloke on the street, well, because when they get nicked, you have to verify what it is.
Oh yeah, and we have to trust what you're saying. Then.
Well, that's up to you. I can't help if you don't trust the police.
Can you see my argument, though, right? Because you're supporting.
You would like cannabis to be legalised, and that's fair enough.
I would, yeah.
And it's legal in a lot of places across America.
So why can't we have it? We're not children. We're old enough to
But you're
decide.
asking me a question which is way above my level. Do you not understand that? I am simply a police officer.
But you're here to nick people if they're smoking it.
Well,
When they're not doing anyone any harm.
Not necessarily nick. There's plenty of ways.
Right, but it's not
You
really
don't
your.
have to arrest them
But
as
it's
soon as
not
they
your
snuck up a
business what they do, is it? Unless they're committing a crime.
All right. How is it not my business?
Because they're not committing a crime. Yes, right, okay.
Smoking weed
listen,
or
hang on.
marijuana, whatever you want to call
Right,
it, is
but as a
crime.
policeman, right, you're there to serve and protect, right?
No,
not
that's-
to police what people are
Getting
doing.
confused with America. That's what America has. Serve and protect.
Didn't you serve an oath? Say an oath?
Pleasant allegiance.
Allegiance to who?
To the Queen. And
To the
uphold
Queen.
Her laws.
Yeah,
Serve
sovereign.
and
The
protect-
sovereign.
Serve and protect.
Sovereign.
Is on.
So you're not
American.
serving. So you're not there to serve and
I'm
protect
here
the
to
people.
uphold the law, and the law
So-
at the moment, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, is you can't smoke cannabis.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can. It's not illegal to smoke it,
Okay.
right? Or yeah, it's
So
possession.
people-
It's possession and selling it. You're not allowed to do. You
So
can't.
the-
There's no.
well, possession,
There's no
if you've
law
got a
against
joint in
using
your
it.
mouth, mate, with marijuana.
Yeah, but you've got to prove
That's
that's what
possession,
is
is
in
that
there, and you've got to prove that that person's committed a crime before you can approach them.
Well,
Correct?
they've got. I walk past you, say
Yeah,
you've got what I suspect of
you
is.
suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You blow a nice big puff out. It
Yeah.
stinks of marijuana.
yeah. Nice smell, isn't it?
If you like it, that's I'm
It's a
telling
lovely
you. You
smell.
obviously like the stuff, which is fair enough, and I ain't got nothing against you for that. But you have it in your mouth. You blow a big puff out. I
Yeah.
see it come out your mouth. Yeah.
And
Are you not in possession of marijuana?
no, because it's inside you.
Oh my God, this is getting silly now.
But then again, you're still
I
veering.
thought
You're
we
still
were gonna
veering.
have an intellectual
We are.
conversation,
You're still veering
and now
away
it's
from the
getting
fact.
silly, innit?
Yeah, but no, you're still veering away from the fact
Yeah.
that smoking marijuana is a criminal offence when it's not.
Okay. So
Is it?
the people that I've arrested.
You're using statutes, okay?
So the
Do you know
people
what a
I've
statute is?
arrested, right? The people
Yeah.
I've arrested.
Yeah, they
and
didn't
have-
know the law,
And
obviously.
have been convicted
Right.
of possession of cannabis.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Why didn't it go to court, or why didn't it go to a sergeant, or
Because
why
they
was I
probably
allowed to
didn't
get it
understand the
through
law and they fell for your
custody? Of
spill,
course.
right? But at the end of the
You
day,
do realise it don't stop at police. We don't just go, oh.
hang on. At the end of the day,
outside body.
but
CPS,
you're answering my
Crown
question.
Prosecution Service.
Cannabis is not a criminal offence, is it?
What?
Cannabis.
It is.
Possession of it, smoking it's not.
Possession of a controlled drug in a public place.
It's a statute.
Cannabis is a controlled drug.
Is it a statute?
Class B.
But is it a statute?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure on that.
Do you know what a statute is? Let me explain to you something, right? Do you know the difference between a statute and a law?
Yeah, I know the difference.
What's the difference?
Well, obviously a law has to be upheld, no matter what, correct?
Don't harm, loss or injury.
Yeah.
Common law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else needs a consent. Yeah.
Go on.
Statutes and acts are only enforceable with the consent of the governed.
Yeah.
Okay? So if I didn't, if you, let's, theoretically, right, let's just say you just caught me having a smoke, right?
Yeah. So you're smoking a bit.
And you say to me, right, blah, 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 you read me the rights, right, and then you're going to say to me, do you understand? Yeah?
Yeah.
Always at the end of it. Now, when you say, do you understand,
you're actually,
hang on, you're actually saying, do we stand under your authority? Right? And unless we say yes, your authority doesn't, unless I've committed a crime.
Right. If I said to you, just say I gave you the caution, it's not your rights. The rights you give in America, you don't give the rights here. So you say, for instance, you're under arrest for possession of cannabis. Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence.
Yeah.
If you do not mention anything which you let alone in court, anything you do say may be given an evidence.
Yeah. And then you say, do you understand?
You don't have to say, do you understand?
What do you normally
I don't know who's told you that. You don't have to say that.
Go on then.
If they go, oh, I don't know what that means, then I'll explain it.
Yeah, and if they say they still don't understand,
well, they don't just get away with it.
They're not consenting.
What if you go, what if someone's been beaten up, right? Yeah,
that's a crime. That's a crime.
And you say to them,
that's a crime.
You give them a caution.
And I agree with you. That's what your job is. That's what I would wholeheartedly. I'm not anti-police, nothing like that. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm anti-corrupt police, and I'm anti-law, certain laws that are not laws. Because and the fact is this: statutes and acts are laws of the sea. Yeah. Maritime law. Yeah.
I did this so long ago.
Well, let me refresh your mind, right? It's maritime law. Okay.
Yeah.
Being used on land, which is treason.
Okay.
Isn't it? Do you agree?
This is getting
No, that's not. I knew you'd say that.
I don't agree.
Well, it's a fact. You look it up. Look it up in the Black's Law Dictionary.
If I arrest someone for cannabis, I'm committing treason.
If you're saying to somebody you've committed this crime under an act, and that person doesn't agree with you, then you are breaking the law, because that is not the law. It's an act, and that's why it's called an act or a statute. It's not called law.
Well,
because you're using a duality, right? You've got common law, right, which is common sense. Don't harm, lose, or injure. Yeah,
obviously.
That's what you need. That's all you need to know, and that's what you're there for. Yeah. You're not there to tell people what they can and can't do under acts and statutes, but you do depend on the people not knowing that law.
But the thing is,
they fall for it.
Taking it too literal. It's not just physical harm, is it?
What?
In law, harm does not mean physical harm, i.e.
No,
injury.
absolutely. No, it could be mental. That's right. You could be harassment, all sorts. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Kids coming in here smoking weed. These people feel like they can't come out here. And
why is that?
And go on the thing.
Come off it.
And go on the thing.
Is that? You're just making it up now.
If there was no complaints here, I wouldn't come here. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think it's harassment myself. It's you're taking away people's freedom and liberty.
For these houses, if they say these people are causing us a bit of distress because there's groups of kids sitting around smoking drugs, yeah?
How would they know from over there?
Well, because people do actually come in here. They walk through from the leisure centre.
Well, they can't be that scared then coming through.
Well, it's not about being scared. You don't have to. It's not a crime if someone's.
Well, what if I came up to you and said that person's smoking a cigarette and it's bothering me? I feel
not illegal, is it?
Doesn't matter. If I'm being threatened, or if I feel like I'm being harassed, or if I feel like
I didn't say harassment.
No, all right. Well, if I feel like that's a threatening thing,
you?
Yeah, then you would act upon that, because that's what you police do.
I'd say
people say I feel threatened, whether they are or not. But you will act on that. But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. What I'm saying.
You're here with a camera then?
I take my camera everywhere I go.
What, just in case you run into police?
No, I usually film the skies.
Oh right.
Chemtrails.
What's your name? Do you mind me asking?
Yeah, I do mind you asking. Yeah.
Are you known to?
Am I obliged to answer that?
No, of course you're.
And there you go. See, I knew you'd ask me that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, I'm just chatting with you as a person here, not as a copper. So